Hello everyone, welcome to your virtual open day for the University of Lincoln. My name is Craig Marsh and I'm the Pro-Vice-Chancellor, and it's my honour to be the head of the College of Business at the University of Lincoln. This is the first part of a series of events for your virtual open day, and it's my task to spend a few minutes just giving you a bit of an overview of the University of Lincoln. Tell you a little bit about the student experience, what it's like to be a student and a member of our community here at the university. So why would you choose, the first important question, why would you choose the University of Lincoln? Well, I think one of the very good reasons for it is that according to others, we are now one of the top-rated universities in the UK. And we're in the top 20 in the Grad University Guide, which for a young university like the University of Lincoln, less than 20 years old, we think is a significant achievement. That represents a success for us, but of course also we've been awarded the Gold Award for Teaching Excellence, which represents consistently outstanding teaching, learning and outcomes for students. So that is a government rating that has been given the university. So we are achieving really, really good rankings and ratings awarded by others that show that the experience that you have at the university here is going to be a great one, whatever it is that you're choosing to study with you as a postgraduate level. So what about that great experience? Well, one of the reasons why we're well regarded for student experience is the relationship that we have with employers. That is also an award-winning aspect of our student experience. We have a Times Higher Education Award for our pioneering approach to working with employers, and providing you with a lot of practice-based opportunities while you study with us, which of course also includes what we call employability, but you would want to think of as your opportunities and chances of getting a job once you finish studying with us. But equally as importantly, we pride ourselves with superb student support at the university. Whether that's support in terms of counselling, well-being, chaplaincy, mental health support, or whether that's support in terms of advising you on your career choice, or of course indeed the academic tutoring and support that we provide for you, which red threads your studies with you. So the support that you provided at the University of Lincoln really is second to none. Now, the other part of the experience is the prospects. Now, you're perhaps not at this point thinking about what you may do when you've finished your studies at the University of Lincoln. But of course, it is an important question, and it's something that we take particularly seriously here at the university. So prospects for graduates really are excellent. Now, we already know, of course, that studies and evidence suggest that graduates earn more over the lifetime than those without a first or second degree. They tend to enter employment at higher levels. They enter professional training programs, make faster progress. And the average earnings after 10 years of finishing university are generally double for graduates by comparison with non-graduates. And over the whole of a lifetime, you can earn something like £200,000 on average higher than non-graduates. So this is what we call the postgraduate premium. So the University of Lincoln really does put an enormous amount of effort into supporting you through this program. So our careers and employability team offer tailored individual support, whether that's providing one-to-one coaching on your CV, interview preparation, access to employers, local, national and international, acting as a gateway to the business world, or as, for example, happens at the College of Business, providing you with the opportunity to do an assessment centre, which is often the way that universities recruit both undergraduates and postgraduates these days, and we have a full service of opportunities to go through those really important tests in rehearsal or in practice before you have to do them in reality. And these are the reasons why we find that our graduates do particularly well in the market, and that therefore 96%, according to external surveys of our most recent graduates, were in work or further study 6 months after finishing their course. So this is a really crucial part of the experience of studying with us at the University of Lincoln. The other part of the experience of students at Lincoln is that we really do involve our students in every aspect of university life. So, for example, I as a head of college have run interview panels regularly for academic appointments, senior appointments, and we have student representatives who sit on those interview panels and provide a really valuable source of comment and feedback that we take into account when we're doing our recruiting. University students are involved at every level of our administration, from the academic board, which is the ultimate academic authority at the university, students sit on that, to the board of governors, which is the ultimate management authority at the university, and the head of the student union sits on that. So they really are involved in every aspect of running the university through the student representative system that the students union runs. But we also involve our students in really every aspect of the day-to-day life of our community, and the community involves, for example, a lot of volunteering work. Students are heavily involved in our region and our city. Those experiences can be captured and can contribute to a record of your experience as you work with us here at the university, such that when you graduate, you have something called the Lincoln Award, which is a way of showing all of those skills or transferable skills that you've developed through your participation in extracurricular activities. So this is all part of the experience of being here with us at the university. And you'll know that employers particularly value those transferable skills involving organising, influencing, presenting, communicating, managing priorities, managing projects, and so on and so forth. So you have plenty of opportunity to do that either as part of the university life or part of our contribution to our region and to our society. But of course, the main reason for being here is to learn with us. And part of that learning process, particularly at postgraduate level, is to get involved in our substantial research effort here at the university. The university has a good reputation for its research. More than half of the research that we've submitted over the last 5 years has been rated internationally excellent or world leading. In particular, two subject areas in science and health research, we've been rated as in top 10 nationally for the quality of those research outputs. We have national centres in food manufacturing and agricultural technology that the university is getting an international reputation for. So there's a lot of research, but most critically for students, that you get directly involved in contributing to that research. So for example, Dr. Vicky Phillips, who completed her doctorate education, is now a leading educationalist. She was named winner of the British Council Alumni Awards in 2017 for her contribution to creating change and improving the lives of others. She does that by dedicating her career to widening access to learning for children in some of the world's most deprived neighbourhoods. She's been Director of Education at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. So this is a really good example of somebody who transfers their student learning and their student research into research that does really impact and make a difference in the world. So while you're here, you work together with academics on major projects, varied projects in science, from cancer treatment, water conservation, low carbon technology. In my college, for example, we have a very strong research in the visitor economy, which is particularly strong in a historical city like the University of Lincoln. So I had a student recently who did an impact study of the display of the Magna Carta in Lincoln Castle. We have students in the College of Business who are working on logistics and supply chain with companies like Amazon, which is a very strong area for us at the university. So there are a lot of opportunities for you as part of your studies not to be a passive consumer or receiver of knowledge, but a creator of new knowledge, pushing boundaries in your field potentially, and changing the world with your discoveries. We call that approach student as producer, and we've been commended for that approach at the University of Lincoln, where you are in the active process as you're studying of producing new knowledge and contributing actually to the development of your own studies. That's a really important part of our experience, and that's why we say that the University of Lincoln, students are learning and at the same time changing the world. As well as your studies, there's always something happening at the University of Lincoln. So we have many of the finest thinkers in the UK and internationally who come and deliver inspirational talks to students, all of which you're able to participate in as a student and come in and attend. So our Great Lives lecture series, for example, is always interesting, always attracts large audiences. So we've had, in recent past, we've had the late Sir John Hurt, multi-award winning actor, the novelist Anne Cleeves, Astronomer Royal, Professor Sir Martin Rees, the broadcaster John Sargent, who's perhaps also as well known for appearing on a well-known reality TV show on TV, comedian Stuart Lee, BBC correspondent Anne Heap, and our own Chancellor, Lord Victor Adebowale, who's very, very influential in the world of social enterprise and NHS in the UK. So these are examples of the kinds of events that are going on at the university. There's always something happening at the University of Lincoln. Of course, we also have events and conferences that we put on ourselves that students and members of the public can contribute to. So again, in my own college, an annual event now is our conference on sustainability, which is something that's really crucial for us as a college. We subscribe to the principles of responsible management education. And our sustainability conference is delivered with our expert academics in that field, but the students themselves both attend but also assist in the development and the production of that conference. So that's an example of where students themselves are getting involved, not only in participating in those conferences, but also in helping us to put them on. And that's, I think, really important for us as part of our contribution to society. And I've mentioned our academics. We have many inspiring academics. On the screen you can see our robotics team in front of a forklift truck, which is now powered automatically, and this is part of the development that Mark Henry and our robotics team are developing. You can see Professor Anna Wilkinson with a tortoise in our Life Sciences unit in the College of Science, and I think that might be the same tortoise that actually opened one of our buildings recently by cutting the red tape. In the hands of one of our visiting professors, Chris Packham. You can also see Professor Carenza Lewis, who's our professor for the public understanding of science. And Carenza is doing a lot of work in community archaeology, and you can see her in front of some children there who are digging a test pit in their local community. And she's very much involved in community outreach in terms of our faculty. At my own College of Business, we have faculty who are developing work in, as I said, in the visitor economy. My professor of heritage, Professor Heather Hughes, is the person who runs the International Bomber Command Centre archive, which has received funding and is now becoming internationally known for how you present, display and record events that have a particular sensitivity about them historically. So we now have a world expert in that in the shape of Professor Heather Hughes. So you have the opportunity to work with these inspiring academics who are engaged in world-leading research, but also contribution to practice and society, which is something that really does characterise our work here at the University of Lincoln. I already mentioned Chris Packham. He is a visiting professor in the School of Life Sciences. He comes to our students to speak about his particular passion, as I'm sure you're all aware, for wildlife conservation. He works with English and journalism students in terms of his expertise in media production. The former Poet Laureate, Carol Ann Duffy, is a visiting artist for our English students. Jason Bradbury, who's on the TV's Gadget Show, is a visiting lecturer, does a very lively session for students who are in product design, and for my own students actually at the business school who are interested in the combination of entrepreneurship and design. So we have a lot of inspiring visiting professors who extend our academic community beyond the walls of the university. But of course, most of all, we have our inspiring students, and this is Adrian Samara, who campaigned in Alaska on a storm-bound glacier for as part just after graduation, in terms of his developing his experience in filmmaking. He's been travelling all over the world, capturing stories of adventure, exploration. He worked for 2 years as a freelance filmmaker, and he's now set up a collective called Cold House, which is one of the biggest adventure film companies in the UK, and their work is winning international awards. So he was a media production student at the university. You can also see there Amy Bly and Sasha Burke, who created a new makeup range designed for cancer patients called Chemo Cosmetics, probably the first makeup range designed specifically for patients undergoing chemotherapy or radiotherapy treatment. And they came up with the idea as part of a university project and are looking to continue their business when they graduate. At the bottom of the screen there is Joseph Fallon, who's making his name in Hollywood as the go-to maker for award-winning film trailers. So his recent work includes the trailers for Lion, starring Nicole Kidman and Dev Patel, great film. The Colour of Time. His big break came after winning a Golden Trailer Award for Hector and the Search for Happiness. So a lot of filmmakers are now coming and knocking on his door and looking for his services to promote their movie. So he's living in West Hollywood, and that's about 6 years after he graduated. So we are, as a community, inspired, very much inspired by the work that you, our students, do and will be doing while you're studying with us and when you graduate. And that's part of the experience that we call One Community. We have these fantastic students and graduates who are doing wonderful things in their own disciplines and for society. Now, of course, you can't see physically the campus while you're looking to study at the university. I hope you do have the opportunity, if you haven't already, to come and visit us, because we do have a wonderful location right in the centre of the beautiful city of Lincoln. We have great facilities. We've invested over 300 million in our campus over recent years. As I like to say, it's new and getting newer. And you will see when you come and visit us that the most recent addition, for example, to our campus is the new medical school, which is currently being built and will be available in March 2021. You can see from there the overview of the campus towards the wonderful cathedral and castle on the left of the view there. And I think that really does give you a sense of how the campus, quite a small campus actually for university centres, is right at the heart of the vibrant city of Lincoln. And we are wonderfully integrated with the city. And that cathedral, from where you're looking at there, is around 20 minutes or maybe 30 minutes for a slightly slower walker, up steep hill. To the right of the ancient heart of our city. It is a small campus, and what that means actually is that you work and study with us. You really do have a sense of being in a nice closeted, cosy environment where everything is relatively close by. Even if you're living in digs, you're usually 10 or 15 minutes away from the heart of the campus. So, and we're continuing to invest in that with great accommodation and great facilities. The accommodation is also a lot of it is brand new, and you can see here our most recent accommodation on Brayford Wharf. Most accommodation is around 10 minutes walk if it's not actually a campus itself, and even as a postgraduate, I think you'll find that everything is quite close by. And this is our wonderful tagline that means that wherever you're from, you feel at home at the university. And I think our staff, our faculty and our students all feel that sense of being at home when you're at the University of Lincoln. And we put a lot of great store and importance by that homely feel whilst you're here at the campus. Of course, social life is also very important, and students rate Lincoln in the top 20% of UK universities for a good social life. And the university itself actually has brought a lot of that social life down to the Brayford, where we are as a campus. And you'll see alongside the Brayford many opportunities, the bars, the theatres, the cinema, all within a short walking distance of the university and of your accommodation. We also have in the Students' Union, we have the Engine Shed, which is a really great venue for bands. We have LPAC, the theatre embedded inside the university, which is a great source of events, theatre events, and media production. So this is a wonderful place to feel like you're part of when you join our community as a student. There's a fantastic picture of our Students' Union, and I think one of the things that characterises our university is a very close partnership with our Students' Union. Of course, it is independent. It's not part of the university. It's student-led. You elect the representatives for the Student Union. And of course, the Students' Union itself provides a very broad range of potential services to extend the student experience. So you can get involved in everything from sports societies, academic representation, volunteering. The Students' Union has an advice centre with providing help in terms of careers support. They've already, as I already mentioned, they provide a variety of social events and entertainment during your stay with us. So you can become, as a student, you can become a course rep, you can take part in sports societies, you can stand in union elections. And as I mentioned before, the university puts great store by its relationship with the Students' Union and the ability of students to represent the students' body in all of the different and varied ways that the university runs itself. So that's the Students' Union, and that is a great, thriving and close partnership with the university. I mentioned the city already, and this is a wonderful view from the direction of the cathedral towards from the direction of the castle towards the cathedral. It's a fabulous location for students and thought. This is of course, the historic centre of the city. There are many high street shops, supermarkets, restaurants, bars, entertainment venues, all within 20 minutes walking distance of the University of campus itself. And one of the many things that the university is measured by, of course, is how close students are in terms of their accommodation to the campus. And more than 3/4 of our students come into campus on foot, which is one of the highest ratios for any university in the UK. The city has a relaxed feel, it's a friendly atmosphere, there's a lot going on, and we have a very good relationship with our city. They understand just how important the university is for the economic and social life of the city, and you'll find that the city provides a very welcoming and friendly environment for our students. Now there's the same scene again on graduation day, and of course one of the, it may seem a while away for you, but one of the things that we really enjoy celebrating is our graduation, because it is in the stunning setting of the cathedral, which you can see through the archway there. It is one of the finest medieval cathedrals in the world, and the experience of graduating in the cathedral really is a truly lifetime memorable experience, both for you, for your friends and your family, and also for us actually as faculty and as an academic team, because we love seeing you start in the cathedral as a graduand and then process out with us at the end as a member of our academic community. And then of course after that you can go and celebrate with your family friends in the grounds of the medieval castle, which is opposite, 5 minutes walk away from the entrance to the cathedral. At that point you of course become an alumnus of the university, and you are then part of our university community. And we have an alumni community now which is more than 100,000 strong worldwide. Many of them are becoming influential in their fields in politics, international development, science, engineering. As I've mentioned already, we have notable filmmakers, members of parliament, award-winning designers, illustrators, engineers, all working for global companies. And just as an example, this is Imogen Napper, who works for the Sky Ocean Research Scholar and National Geographic Explorer. She graduated in 2014 with an MSc in biotechnology, and she's currently a scholar and a National Geographic Explorer working to develop research in preventing more plastic finding its way into the world's oceans, which of course is a very, very current topic and a global challenge. We have Jack Howard, who's an actor, he's a comedian and is a writer known for Jack and Dean of all trades, I Dare You, The Shredder, more than 400,000 YouTube subscribers and more than 17 million views. Tomska, a successful YouTuber, has 5.25 million subscribers and many hundreds of millions of views. Sam Cotton is a director and designer at Aggie and Sam. The design duo create exclusive menswear designs, Stockton Liberty, Harvey Nichols, Topman, as well as other shops around the UK, around the world. Hannah Smoker is an RAF photographer, graduated with a degree in media production from the university in 2010, now travels the world taking photos of one of the world's most famous aerobatic display teams, the Rad Arrows, whom you regularly see flying over the skies above the university. And from my own college, we have Peter, who is now running his own company, Distract, the Media Studies. He graduated 5 years ago. He's here at the university in our own incubator, and he's running a very successful marketing company and regularly appears as an entrepreneur, talking about his experience as a young entrepreneur, talking to our students, but also talking to other businesses about how to be a successful entrepreneur. So we are very proud of our alumni, and you will be joining that hugely successful and inspiring alumni community. We are also very future-facing as a university, and when you come to see us at the university, you'll find that that we have we consider technology as a really comprehensive structural change to the nature of the work and the demands for skills. So that's backed up by research from the Future of Jobs report in 2018, showing that by 2022, the top 10 skills demand within the workplace will be changed to be more technology-based. So we are we aim to prepare all students for the future roles within a working environment, particularly from a technology point of view, from the perspective of those transferable skills that I was talking about earlier, but those skills that are clearly going to be crucial to you for what will be in 5 to 10 years' time a very different working environment driven by technology and by the skills that we will be teaching you at the university. So, for example, we have working environments that we put in virtual, so translated clinical suites, studio spaces, a simulated pharmacy online, and underpinning all of this are our innovative collaborations with the likes of Siemens, who are on site with us at Lincoln, and the NHS, where we're responding with partners, allowing them to teach us how those industry challenges are changing the nature of work, which we can then, of course, pass on to you as part of your learning experience. So that will all enhance, of course, your employability when you graduate. So that, I think, is all I had to say. Thank you so much for listening to me over the course of the last few minutes. I do hope that's given you a little bit more of an insight into what it's going to be like studying with us at the University of Lincoln. And in front of you, you have our social media contacts. Please do join our community online, on Twitter, on Facebook, or on Instagram. I hope you also enjoyed the other activities that you'll now be doing as part of your virtual open day here at the University of Lincoln. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see many of you here at the University of Lincoln when you choose to come and study with us. Thank you.